Hello there you guys, Crystal here, welcome back to Fantasy Life. My apologies, I realized the first episode of this Let's Play was incredibly long. I just couldn't find a good place to end it, and when I was editing it, I was just like, I'm just gonna leave it as it is. I liked it how it was. But yeah, today we're gonna be going around and exploring around Castele primarily. We have a couple of quests here. I'm just gonna bring up our quest tab here. Okay, so we have these star quests. Now, as I mentioned last episode, these are actually for our life as a paladin. So if we chose, like, you know, the woodcutter's life, for example, we'd have quests like these, but specific to the woodcutting quests, obviously. We also have Flutter's quests, which are new. Essentially, Flutter right now wants us to take her around Castel, so we're gonna go look at some of the various landmarks. There's probably gonna be a lot of dialogue again this episode. This game is very, very, very dialogue heavy, but I really love it. The humor is really funny. And then there's other requests, which we don't have any. These are just your standard side quests that we can take on from various villagers or townspeople or anybody really. We'll probably run into those later on today, but for now, have you heard, or have you seen the goddess statue in Castel Square? Just looking at it makes me feel a little nostalgic. Why don't we go and find out more about it? Okay, so that's what Flutter wants to do right now, so we're gonna head on out there. And again, apologies ahead of time if my voice kind of cuts out this episode, or if there's some breaks in awkward places. Probably me coughing. My throat is not 100% right now. Alright, let's just follow Flutter's quest first off. So, here we are, the goddess statue. At least, I think that's what this is. You sound like you ain't too sure there. Oh, well, I'm new in Castel, but this is the goddess statue, isn't it? Ah, you're a curious little butterfly, ain't ya? Well, you're right, this is a statue of the goddess, or of the life goddess. Is there something you'd like to know about her? Well, what did she do? It said that in ancient times, she descended to sorry, I cannot pronounce this name. Riveria, I believe it's pronounced, and saved the world from destruction. What do you mean? Well, I ain't sure exactly what happened, but it seems Riveria was under great threat and its people pleaded for salvation. The goddess heard their wishes and used her power to save Riveria. She could hear their wishes? Yep, in fact, she's sometimes known as the goddess of wishes. After she saved Riveria, lots of people went to visit the goddess. She granted each of their wishes one by one. But there were so many of them, she couldn't help them all. Then it struck her, what if instead of granting all of their wishes by herself, she gave the people the power to fulfill each other's wishes instead? And so she created a variety of jobs so people could help each other, each of which we now call a life. Exactly, she enabled people to fulfill each other's needs through their work. That's what we call a life. And that's why she's called the life goddess, right? Mm-hmm, but perhaps nowadays here, there are fewer wishes being granted than before. Why is that? Because recently fewer and fewer youngsters are taking up a life. In that case, I'm gonna travel the world and hear people's wishes. Maybe that way, everyone will understand the true wonder of each and every life. You sound just like the grace goddess herself. But then again, I do wonder what sort of wishes everyone out there has. What would your wish be, Bob? Oh, geez. Okay, so it chooses, like, there's different wishes we can choose between Dosh, Bliss, and Stars, so these ones are all kind of, I guess, what you could be? These ones are all, like, what you really want, usually in terms of family, or in terms of yourself. These ones are all about how much you can earn to do what you want. I guess, sort of, it's a broad range of things. I'm gonna choose, let's see here. I want to have a happy family. That one sounds good to me. So that's what you wish for? Well, I know my wish already. And what did that be? It's a secret. I'm sure your wish will come true someday, Bob. I want to hear wishes from all sorts of people. Is that so? Well, I'm sure there are plenty of wishes to hear around town. If you hear a wish you think you could help with, you should do what you can. Okay, so this is just telling us about the side quests. So whenever we see someone with the not exclamation mark, with dot 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 over their head, we'll be able to take on 30 of them at a time. Bob, let's help whoever we can. Well, that's all I can teach you for now. Thank you very much, mister. If you need a starting point, feel free to ask my wish. I'm always in the square here. Helping others will always reap rewards eventually. Here, this is a gift from me. Oh, awesome, thank you. May the great goddess watch over you. I hope you lead a great life. And there is that bliss quest completed. So there's a whole bunch of quests in this game that are usually each angled towards their own individual rewards. Thank you so much for bringing me here, Bob. I actually have some other places I'd like to visit. How about we go together? Sure. Great, well then, what are we waiting for? Let's go. Awesome, so there's new Flutter requests for more bliss, so that's actually what we're going to be doing this episode in general. We're going to be focusing primarily on completing her quests. So let me go ahead and open up our quest tab here, go into Flutter's quests. So, we have what's a guild office? I saw a lot of different counters at the guild office. I wonder what they're all for. Let's go and take a look. Shop till we drop. Castele is an amazing place full of all sorts of shops. I'd love to check out the general goods store in the square. Should we go and have a look together? And then finally, time for adventuring. If you follow the road south from Castele, you come to the East Grassy Plains. Let's go for an adventure, but be careful, I've heard there are monsters. Okay, so, we're pretty close to 2 of those, so let's just go ahead and pop by the store here. Welcome to Castel General Goods, where everything is good, generally. So this is the general goods shop. Well, 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 a talking butterfly, now that's what you call a special customer. Please allow me to offer you some samples of our wares. Yay! But what do you actually sell here? We deal in consumable items and tools for use in all types of lives. But I suppose our best seller's the HP potion. It's a potion that restores some of your HP. It's a must for any fighter. It has a delicate and refreshing taste. Even the fussiest of fussy kids will love it. Would you like to try some? Would that be okay? Of course, here you go. Wow, it really is delicious. Why, thank you. Another top seller is the SP potion, which restores some of your SP. Of course, your SP naturally recovers by itself, but if you find yourself in a pinch, you can use one to restore SP on the spot. Can I try some of that too? Well, it's fine with me, but are you sure you can manage it? Of course, I've got plenty of room left. Well, if you insist. Here you are. It's sweet, but bitter. Yes, it's an effective potion, but the flavor somewhat divides opinion. Once they get used to it, some customers say they just can't get enough. But if I ever need to recover my SP, I prefer just to drink some juice or something. I think I'd have preferred juice too. Last of all, we have the ever-popular life cure. If you ever run out of HP, you can use one of these to get back on your feet. They're really invaluable if you're going to face more formidable foes. It's a little on the pricey side, but it's definitely worth a dosh. Would you like to try this one too? I must warn you, it doesn't taste great. I'll try it anyway. And I suppose that's about all there is to this place. Please, take some samples with you. I hope they come in handy. Awesome, got some more potions. I think we're up to like 7 of those now. Got some SP potions. I generally wait for my SP to refill, but sometimes they're necessary. And a life cure, those are gonna be so handy. Thank you so much. I hope we see much more of you in the future. We also have some special items for those who lead lives full of bliss. So make sure to pay a visit once you're feeling especially blissful. Many thanks for your patronage. Please do come again. Awesome, so there's another one done, and she was just talking about when you're feeling especially blissful. As I showed you guys last time, there are, I guess, the bliss rewards, and one of them is increased items in this store, actually, so that'll be interesting once we've unlocked that to see what that gets us. Okay, and one thing I forgot to do last time, or just now, actually, that old man gave us, there we go, a charm. So that increases our defense and our magical defense, so we're gonna equip that. Doesn't change our character at all. The one thing I like about this game is that what you're wearing actually changes your outfit. Like, physically, I think it's really neat. I really enjoy this aspect of the game. I think it's really cool. Also, actually, while we're in the menu, didn't just go back in or anything, I want to show you guys this. We also have, I guess the game calls them common skills. So skills you can learn just in any situation, really. So we have dashing and sneaking. I rarely level up sneaking, but dashing, we want to level up very quickly because as you increase your dashing, it decreases the amount of your stamina points, or your SP, that are used up while you're running. And eventually we can get it so that we can just pretty much run everywhere. And that's exactly what we want. So we're going to be working on that. We also have our battle skills, which we have shield and longsword from being a paladin. All lives have the basic dagger skill, I believe, just for self-defense. And then we don't have any crafting skills yet because we haven't, you know, started a crafting life. So we have a lot to work on. So the next Bliss quest, she wanted to go check out the guild office, which we've actually already been in here, but I don't mind showing her. Hey there, Bob. Congrats on getting your life sorted. Well then, I better give you the tour of the different counters here. Whoa, looks like we got a pest problem. Hold on a second, I'll just fetch the pesticide. I'm not a pest, mister. My name's Flutter. Ah, did you hear that voice too, Bob? It was me, mister. Please don't spray me. Whoa, was you? Never seen a talking butterfly before, but I'm sure I've heard your voice somewhere. Bob was nice enough to save me from a bit of a scary situation earlier. Ah, so it's you making all that noise out in the square before, eh? I'm very sorry about that. Well, I don't know what went on, but I'm glad to see you're alive and flapping. If it hadn't been for Bob here, you might have been made into a pretty little brooch or something. Well, I was a bow tie for a while. Never mind. Well, anyway, it looks like I don't need that pesticide. Let me show you what we can do here. You can talk to me if you want to change your life. Over there is the bounty clerk. So pretty much this is one of my favorite parts of the game as well. A bounty can be gained by performing difficult tasks, i.e. defeating a boss, monsters, those showing a crown, getting special wood or rocks, or by catching special fish. By claiming a bounty, or upon claiming a bounty, approach it and press A to drag it behind you. You can only drag 3 bounties at once. Watch out for enemies who may try and smash your bounty. Bounties can be exchanged for dosh with any bounty clerk around the world. Sometimes items might be thrown in too. And if you talk to the potted plant on the desk there, it'll make a print of any fish bounty you bring in. Through the back there are the communications counters. On the left counter is our street pass clerk. On the right, you can try out multiplayer mode with other players. And at the middle counter, you'll be able to hear all about link mode, snapshots, and multiplayer. If you're interested, you can find out more by asking at each of the counters. Is there a life I might be good at? A life for a butterfly, eh? How about a sugared water connoisseur? Yay, is there really a life like that? No. But hey, them's the breaks. Sometimes I wish I were a butterfly, but life's not fair like that. Anyway, Bob, please do make good use of the guild office. Now, where did that pesticide go anyway? Ah, here we are. This might come in handy for you. I never use these. Maybe I should try it this time. Are you sure this is the right thing, mister? Of course I am. There's no better pesticide around. It'll make short work of any bees out on the grassy plains. Anyway, that's just about everything. Oh yeah, if you open up your map, you can instantly return here at any time. Take a look when you get the chance. Best of luck in your new life. So pretty much, you can actually change your life at any point in this game. You do not have to stick. Say for example, I'm a paladin right now. I don't have to stay a paladin. I could change right now to be a fisherman or a cook or a seamstress or anything really. There's so many different lives in this game. But for now we're gonna stay as paladin. I kind of chose paladin first as well just because it gives us the ability to let me just take a quick look at this. You can see all the lives down there. It gives us the ability to learn some good fighting skills that we're able to travel a bit further, I feel like, in the game. So we chose paladin. There's also mercenary, hunter, magician, cook, angler, woodcutter, miner, blacksmith, carpenter, tailor, and alchemist. So pretty much what this game is say for example you start off as a miner. You're going to be mining up lots of ore and stuff like that, and then say you want to transition into a blacksmith. You could start crafting your own weapons to use when you choose one of the fighting lives, for example. And that is something that makes this game very cool. And of course, you don't have to do that. You can go through the game with one life the entire way through, and you're not going to really miss out on anything story-wise, but it just opens up the game so much more. I'm just gonna ignore that letter for now. Also, I'm gonna head out to do that last bliss quest really quickly here. When I first played this game, I've had it for many years now, I thought that this was like the main area of the game and like that was it. I was so wrong. There's so many other areas. It's giant. So these are the East Grassy Plains? They really are big, aren't they? And what a pleasant breeze. Look, there's a paladin over there. Let's ask him for some more about this place. Huh, sleeping standing up. That takes some skill. Good morning? Good morning. What? Nothing to report, sir. Huh? Oh, you're not Captain Mustang. Don't scare me like that. We were wondering if you might tell us a bit about the grassy plains? Oh, talking butterfly. Tell me you can talk before you go opening your mouth like that. Could have given me a heart attack. Sorry, I think. Well, anyway, is this your first time visiting the grassy plains? In that case, I guess I'd better give you a brief explanation. Okay, so we can go in, and this is kind of where we can gain some levels if we want to early on. There's some enemies that we can fight here for quests, but also just gain materials and or experience. Just kind of telling us the movement. We can pick up flowers and mushrooms and stuff over here to either collect or sell. It's really up to you. That's the basics of it. You can gather all sorts of things on the plains. Here's something I found earlier. Oh, thank you. Are you sure it's okay for us to take these, mister? It's no problem at all. I can just go and find some more. It's not like I've got anything else to be doing. It's always peaceful around here. There aren't any particularly violent monsters. It's a great place for beginners to gain experience, be it gathering materials or in battle. But you should be careful after dark. Other, more aggressive monsters appear at night. Any questions? Are there any monsters that might eat butterflies out here? I'm not sure. Ah, yes, there's one more important thing I forgot to tell you. If you come across the nap dragon, do not attack it, whatever you do. Sometimes it comes down from the mountains to doze in the sun. As long as you don't bother it, it won't trouble you. But if you anger it, it'll burn you to a crisp before you can say toast. Head north and you'll come to Mount Snow Peak. If you feel confident enough, it's worth a visit. If you want to return to Castele, feel free to talk to me and I'll escort you back in an instant. And that's it. Take care. Awesome. There's that final Bliss quest done. We still have some time for this episode, so I think we should probably head back before we venture too far into the grassy plains. This always confused me. I'm picking up other butterflies when my companion's a butterfly. Like, it's just kind of weird, just saying. So I'm gonna be just kind of grabbing stuff as I go. There's a lot of collectibles in this game. A lot of them I won't be using for a while, or I may use in future quests. But generally, I tend to store pretty much everything I get in this game, just because I know most of the time it comes in handy later in different lives, if not now. No, I'm not sure if I'm going to do an entire playthrough every single life or not yet. It's going to be a very long playthrough if I do that, but we'll see how we do. Okay, let's just grab these as well. You kind of learn what to look for as well in terms of collectibles, because when I first started playing I thought everything was collectible, because everything looks like it kind of should be. I could also pick these if I wanted to, but I'm gonna be nice. So let's head back to the square, because we actually missed a whole bunch of people with those dots over their head, and I want to pick up those quests so that we can start doing them. So let's take a quick look around here. You have one. Oh dearie, I just love my sweet chicks. I give them food and they grow into chickens, then they reward my care with eggs. You know, I'd love to give them something really nutritious to make them grow big and strong. Something like forest mushrooms from East Castel. Do you think you could bring me 5 of them, dearie? I'll give you 200 dosh and 3 cure weeds in return. Thank you, the chicks will be so excited. So, a lot of the times you can get very good items and or equipment from doing quests like these. A lot of them are just going to be fetch quests, but as we progress later on, there's going to be a lot more, like, you know, fight X amount of bandits sort of quests. So, I'm just looking around right now for these people. Hello, whippersnapper. I was hoping you'd say hi. Now then. Do you think you could toddle off to the grassy plains and fetch me back a nice big egg? Them things are so big you won't believe your eyes. I only need one of them. That's enough for anyone. You should be able to find one somewhere if you have a little search of the grassy plains. In return, I'll give you 500 dosh and my old bronze dagger. What do you say? Sure. That's the spirit, laddie. You'll find lots of townsfolk will ask you favors like this. Shows they trust you. Yep, they'll give you a request. Bring me this item. Defeat this beast for me. That kind of thing, you know? Your job is to fulfill these requests. I mean, it's your job should you choose to accept it. Nobody's forcing you. Requests you've accepted get automatically added to other requests in the quest menu. That way, if you forget what they've asked you to do, you can look it up. Handy, eh? There we go. Okay, then there's this boy over here. Hey, mister, do you know anything about bugs? You know, there's loads of bugs in Bavaria. There's butterflies and grasshoppers. Oh, I know. I'll tell you lots more about bugs if you catch me one royal grasshopper. Oh, I'll give you 200 dosh and 10 Castel apples. Sure. Awesome. So that quest, if I remember correctly, he gives you 10 Castel apples. You actually need 10 Castel apples for a different quest. So sometimes they kind of stack like that. It's pretty handy. Oh, I didn't talk to you? I thought I talked to you. Looking for a little advice from yours truly, are you, pup? A paladin's weapon of choice is the sword. You better get used to handling one. I've got a good feeling about you, pup. Keep it up and don't stop believing. Oh, okay, well. No, I wasn't staring at you. I was just thinking that you looked like someone I could entrust with a special task. The East Grassy Plains have been overrun with bandits recently. It troubles me greatly. I've got to stay here at my post, though, so I ask you to defeat 10 bandits for me? I shall reward you with a life cure and 2,000 dosh. That quest is awesome. It's a little bit tricky when you first start off, but it's a really good way to practice your, I guess, battle skills in this game. Now, I think that's everyone here. There's this quest up here. Now, I think, if I remember correctly, this cat wants a fish. We don't have any way to really get fish yet. I think you could probably buy them from the market, but I'm not going to do that. I'm much rather just fish it up on my own. So I'm going to talk to him, and if he asks for a fish, I'm probably just going to reject it, and I believe he'll bring up the quest again, like, in a little while. I have a request for you, friend. I want Castel crucians. This kitty wants lots and lots of them. Yeah, fledgling anglers can catch them around Castel. Refuse. Yeah, no, so he still has the quest, so that's just fine. Another thing I wanted to point out to you guys is, when we're done loading, there we go. On the bottom screen, you can see on the very, very top, there's like a bar with a little symbol moving across it. That is our time of day, pretty much. So time does not go by, following the real world's clock. You can actually speed up and progress time as well if you want. By sleeping in a bed usually, or waiting. Just checking back here to see. This is also where we'll be if we're doing the sewing life. This is where we'll be if we're doing blacksmithing or woodworking, I believe. Just making sure there aren't any quests around here. Sometimes, yeah, there we go. Sometimes you'll also find items like that. So let's see if that is actually useful for us. I'm not sure if it will be. So, oh, I see. It doesn't really... Yeah. I think we'll just keep what we have on. I kind of like the full outfit anyway. Some items have like special stat bonuses as well, but that one didn't. I was kind of hoping it might have had something cool, but oh well. Okay, let's just see if there's anybody else who needs our help around here. We can buy crafting items and such around here, or you can actually just get them your own through exploring through the world. I tend to like to get them on my own, if I can help it. I just like to, I don't know, I don't want to pay for what I could get myself, if you know what I mean. Oh, you have a quest for us. Hello, sir. You can rely on me for everything pertaining to Castel comings and goings. Ah, yes, take this. Oh. Cool, thank you. The fine kingdom of ours is known far and wide for its delicious apples. Many a paladin has been saved by those apples when their rations run out during operations. Yes, a good paladin will always have an emergency supply of apples in his or her lunch bag. Apple picking challenge ensued. So this guy, I think he actually kind of counts as part of the paladin questline, which is why he's giving us these challenges and such. Yeah, he wasn't like an actual normal quest like this guy over here is. So I brought some of my I bought some of my beloved pancakes for a little snacklet, but I totally forgot to buy syrup. Would you get me some grassland honey? 4 pots should do the trick. Don't want to go overboard. I'll pay you for your trouble. Say 200 dosh? Sure. Awesome. So up here, I believe this is the guy we can get pets from eventually? Yeah, pet vendor. You look like an animal person. Fancy a pet? Your pet name may appear on others. Oh, multiplayer, yes. I want one, but sorry, you don't have enough bliss. I only sell pets to happy people. I guess I'm not happy. So pretty much I'll be able to get that when I unlock that bliss thing, which we'll probably be able to unlock actually if I was to go have a bliss check right now. But I think you guys, I think I'm going to save that for next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next time we're going to be working on those quests that we've been going around collecting. And yeah, I will see you guys next time.